Hi, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the 2021 St. Johns County School District Battle of the Books. We're so excited to have each of you here to participate and extremely excited to have our teachers, classmates, families, friends, and community members joining us live online through our YouTube channel. Today promises to be a battle like no other. Returning 2020 champion Otis Mason Elementary is vying for a repeat of the title this year. They dethroned the three-peat champions, Palencia Elementary, at last year's battle. Rumor has it, all of our teams have been reading since this summer, buffing up their brain muscles and running through books like champion sprinter Usain Bolt, preparing for the most intense and competitive sporting event in the district. There's no doubt about it. If you want blood, sweat, and tears, suspense, intrigue, and an ending you didn't see coming, stick with us today. You're in for a treat. My name is Kim Dixon, and I serve as the Director of Instructional Resources and Media Services, also known as IRMS, for the St. Johns County School District. I am joined today by an amazing team that has worked hard to bring you the inaugural virtual Battle of the Books. Please welcome the brains behind today's technology, the person who made it possible to have our competition online, Dr. Diane Lawson, our Applied Technology Specialist. Dr. Lawson?
Hi, everyone.
Working hard to create, gather, and organize the battle quotes, all while supporting the efforts of our team of renowned media specialists, Mrs. Amelia Zakowski, Specialist for Instructional Media. Ms. Z?
Hey there. Yeah.
An integral part of our support system in keeping accurate score today is Amanda Bergamasco, our Curriculum Resource Specialist. Ms. B?
Hey, everybody. Good luck, good luck, good luck.
And two folks who've been with us every step of the way, Mr. Marcus Brown, Instructional Materials Specialist, and Ms. Erica Jackson, Executive Secretary, are supporting us behind the scenes, that is, off camera. I can't say enough about how hard our IRMS team works and how grateful I am that they're an important part of St. Johns County School District. Our employees provide the support to teachers and students and staff that they need. Before I turn this over to the specialists, I want to say how inspired I am by the student readers, media specialists, and team sponsors, and your caregivers. Your dedication to reading and commitment to your team is truly inspirational. Good luck today. Now a message from our district leaders.
Hello, my name is Tim Forson, Superintendent of St. Johns County Schools, and I just want to congratulate all our students that are part of the Battle of the Books. What a great activity, a great learning experience for you. I have to go back to one of the first books that ever captured my attention is way back in school, a book called 1984 by George Orwell. And you know, I read it long before 1984, trying to read about the future. Little did I know that I would be seeing the world progress as it is today. So it's important that you read. I hope that each of you start to build a future for yourself and a path for learning through books. And I also want to wish all of you the best of luck on the Battle of the Books, and great job for doing an outstanding job here.
Hello, my name is Patrick Canan. I'm chairman of the St. Johns County School District, and I want to congratulate each of you who are a participant in the Battle of the Books. I love reading. I'm glad you love reading. I can remember one of the first books I ever read as a teenager. It was called Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, and it was sort of an expose using the motorcycle as a metaphor about the difference between quality and quantity. So anyway, congratulations to you. Keep reading, because in my opinion, readers rock.
Wow, 1984 and Zen. Those guys are born to be wild. Readers, that is. That's exciting. Thank you, Superintendent Forson and Mr. Canan, for those inspiring words. And now, let's get ready to battle, battle, battle. Mrs. Z, please introduce this year's teams.
This is exciting. We have some fabulous teams from the south end part of our county. Are we ready? Today we have for our elementary south end Battle of the Books led by Crookshanks, Miss Barnett. Go ahead and introduce your team.
Over here on the right, we have Riley, Charlie, Daniel, our team captain, Lindsay, Alyssa, Vicky, and our alternate, Maya, because our DL cannot get on, Sean.
Whoa, awesome. Led by Miss Slott at Hartley Elementary School.
Hello, we're from Hartley, and here's our team. Isabella, Olivia, Anna, Esther, Zoe, Lila, David. I'd like to read it. We'd like to read it. Go up.
Wow, that was awesome. RB Hunt Elementary School led by Miss Nuzam.
We have Elsie and Tatiana and Gracie and Rania and Demetrius and General and last but not least, Miss Riley.
Wonderful. And Otis Mason Elementary School led by Miss Allen.
Hi guys, I have Lucas, Landon, Zach, Julian, Peyton, Grace, and Jane.
O-L-E-S.
Thank you guys.
Super. Catalina's Elementary School is led by Miss Scott.
Hi, here I am with the Dolphins. We have Ethan, we have Finn, Rocket, Mia, Kayla, Hazel, and Caroline. Go Dolphins! Whoop, whoop.
Mill Creek Academy led by Miss Bergman.
Sorry about that. All right, the Mustang team is number 7, Mia. Number 13, Aubrey. Number 9, Eli. Number 3, Haley. Number 19, Faith. Number 1, Naomi. And number 11, Kinsley. And north, south, east, west, Mill Creek Mustangs are the best. Woo-hoo!
Piccolata Elementary School led by Miss Yelvington.
All right, we got the Piccolata Pumas here. We got Parisa, and we got Rylan, and Matthew, and we got Faith, and Ayana, and we got Gemma, and we got Arabella. Our Pumas, dun, 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 dun.
Oh, Southwoods Elementary School led by Miss Kelly.
Lola, Cersei, Mackenzie, Ruby, Jackson, Garrett, Morgan. We don't run like turkeys. We soar like eagles in the sky. Go Eagles!
Excuse me, that's Mr. Hoffman. Osceola, led by Miss Blanco.
All right, here we are. Go ahead, introduce yourselves.
I'm Ania.
Ania,
I am Sophia.
Sophia,
I'm Leonardo.
Leonardo,
I am Dina.
Dina,
I'm Olivia.
Olivia,
I'm Allie.
Allie, and Marshall. And better never quit. Go Wildcats!
And last but not least, Wards Creek, led by Ms. Hinman.
All right, here are our warriors today. We have Abby and McKenna and Riley, Emma, Adeline, Madison, and Liam.
WARRIOR. Go Warriors!
These teams look great. Today we want to remind our Battle of the Books teams some rules. Please remember to socially distance and stay safe. Each team member has 7 members participating in the competition. Alternates may watch, but may not participate unless somebody is absent. Please utilize your timekeeper to keep track of time during the rounds. The quotes will be read by your team sponsors. Teams will discuss and select an answer. The answers will be entered by an adult in Socrative. All the book titles are an answer option in Socrative. Should you have a challenge, your team scribe will record the answer, the number of the quote being challenged. All challenges will be reviewed at the end of the round in the main room. Any questions not answered before time expires will be marked incorrect and may not be challenged or answered after time is called. Scores will be tallied at the end of each round. Please be reminded that this year's battle is a little bit different. You will not have a 30-second countdown timer as you've had in years past. This is why we have a timekeeper this year, to ensure that you can keep track of time. At the end of the 3rd round, we will announce the winner of the district battle of the books, unless there is a tiebreaker. Dr. Lawson, take it away.
Remember, this year our battle does look a little different than previous years. Momentarily, we will put you into each team into their own breakout room. If you are joining your team remotely, you will be in the same breakout room as your team. Once we send everyone to the breakout rooms, your media specialist or sponsor will share their screen to show Socrative so everyone can see the quotes. You will have a total of 15 minutes for each round, and teams will automatically be recalled to the main room at the end of each round. This 15 minutes gives you a little more than 30 seconds per quote. You may exit your breakout room and return to the main room before time is called if your team finishes before the allotted time. When everyone is successfully in their breakout room, we will begin the competition. When we start the round, you will be asked to enter your team name. Your team name will be your school initials. This must be the same for each round. Please enter your school initials in all capital letters and click Done. Your first quote will appear immediately. Remember, you have 15 minutes to give answers for all 15 quotes. Okay, I am sending you to the breakout rooms now. Don't forget to click Join Breakout Room.
While our teams are in the breakout rooms, soon we'll be able to see what they are going to be doing because we will display some interesting things on our screen. Here it comes. This is our Socrative battle arena. And as you can see, we have these cool little bicycle icons. They have specific colors, but they do not represent a specific team. Once they get started, you'll notice that the bicycles will begin, oh, there they go, begin moving across the screen. Remember that the colors do not represent a specific school. As you can see, when they start answering questions, the bicycles start to move. It's kind of exciting because you have no idea which team is which. And you also see the countdown clock go. When it gets closer to the end, the countdown will go from green to red, which leaves you on the edge of your seat, not knowing where to go. It's super exciting. Look at that orange bike. It is pedaling its little heart out. Oh, look at the red one. The red one's catching up to that orange bicycle. You never know which one will catch up and be in the lead. Each bike has its own way to go. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I just can't even know because I just looked at it and then all of a sudden they started to pedal faster and the blue and indigo are taking off and so is violet. We also will have some time while we're sitting here to watch some great videos from our authors that are on our list for the year. And the first one we're going to get to meet is an author who wrote Bernice Buttman. It's a funny last name, Model Citizen. I'm super excited to get to know this author, and I know you will as well. These come from a great resource called teachingbooks.net, and you have access to this as well in the community. We'll talk about that more later. Teaching Books, I'll tell you, is a great resource that if you want to learn about, you can talk to your school media specialist, but you can log in using Clever, your Students Active Directory information. It's a great resource that provides book talks, information on authors. There's a homework helper for kids when they're reading a book. It's great, and it's teachingbooks.net. And today we're going to look at some videos while we're in the battle that have books for all of the SSRYA. Kids can look at the authors and get ideas for books that they want to read. They give new books that are on there. It's an awesome resource that we have for your kids throughout the district. So, you know, if you want to learn more about this, we have that resource for you to be able to come and find out more about books. And your school media specialist has that for you and your children, which is really exciting. Teachers have access to it as well. So I just want to talk about the colors on the bicycles, because even though it's not up right now, you'll be able to see that when we're in each round, we will know who's in the lead or who the team is, but we'll know that those bicycles are pedaling. And it's exciting because as they move and as they go through the rounds, we can only guess. And, you know, that's what's super exciting to see happen. Okay. I think we might be seeing something coming up soon. Here we go. We're going to take a look at this bicycle screen. As you can see, that indigo bike is still pulling up ahead of the lead. Oh, here's our video.
Hello, Texas students, teachers, and librarians. My name is Nikki Lenz. I am the author of Bernice Buttman, Model Citizen, and I have some questions to answer for you today. The first question is, did you ever want to be a stunt person like Bernice? Easy answer, no. I am very much an indoor girl, and I never am up for any kind of adrenaline activities like Bernice. However, the scene from the book when Bernice first rides a horse, her horse Hoof-Hearted, that came directly from my life. The first time I ever rode a horse. I got up on there and the horse just like took off running all across the field, dumped me off on my backside, and that was straight out of my life. So I had early readers that were like, oh, a trained tame horse would never do that. And I'm like, ha, yes, it would. The second question is, were you ever bullied as a child? My first thought was no, but then I kind of thought about it and I remembered when I was in maybe first or second grade, I had to walk home from school and there was this boy that was also in first or second grade. And he used to knock my backpack off my back every single day, and I'd come home crying. So finally, my mom came to the rescue, and she like followed this kid home in her car and got out and yelled at him. And she's this tiny little woman, so I'm sure it was not that scary. But he never did bully me again after that. Is it harder to write a story from the point of view of a bad guy? I wouldn't say it's harder because any character you write, you have to kind of step outside of yourself and put yourself in the skin of another person for a while. It does help if you can be inspired by a real person that you know. And Bernice was actually inspired by a real person. Before I was an author, before I was a stay-at-home mom, I was a kindergarten teacher for 6 years. And one year I had this girl in my class that was the world's hugest bully. She could not make friends. She didn't understand why. Any of the girls didn't want to play with her, but she would just go around like knocking things out of people's hands, pushing people over, stealing swings. And so I, as a good teacher that I was, had set up a conference with her mother at which she bullied me for the next hour. And I realized that this girl just came from a whole family of bullies. She had 4 older brothers that were all bullies, one after another in the school. And I always kind of wondered, like, what would happen if that girl could get away from that family for a little while and just figure out what kind of person she wanted to be. And so that was kind of the inspiration for Bernice. So it helped me to be able to write her because I kind of knew her. Do you believe that everyone deserves a second chance in life? Yes, and that is one of the main themes in Bernice Bettman Model Citizen is that people can change. And also that you can decide what kind of person you want to be. And I love that we all get a choice and we can all do better. What advice would you give to young authors and illustrators as they learn to improve their skills? The biggest advice that I can give you is read. Read. Read a million billion books, because every time you read a book, you're internalizing things like plot structure and character arcs. Even if you don't realize it, it kind of soaks into your brain. And so the more you can read, the better you can write.
Wow, that was awesome. That's really inspiring. There's 6 minutes left on the clock, and some of our teams are starting to come back, but we still have teams in that breakout room still working and pedaling away, as we say. And it looks like we can see that our red bicycle has finished up. One of those teams that's out of the breakout rooms could have been that team, but you never will know. And that is the coolest thing about this, because as I mentioned before, each color is different each time. So this is our leaderboard, as you can see. And remember that each color is different. It doesn't necessarily represent the same team. And these teams could be different at each different round. And you see, as they progress in the rounds, the bicycles move forward. This is a true competition of the brain. And there's 5 minutes left to go, which is so exciting. But we still have some time to hear from one more author before the round ends. And this is from the Operation Frog Effect, which is so fascinating. I like the title and I like frogs. So let's hear from our author.
My name is Sarah Sugar, and I'm the author of Operation Frog Effect. It's a middle grade novel told in 8 points of view, including one in graphic novel form, and it incorporates journal entries, letters, movie scripts, and poems. It follows 8 diverse students and their out-of-the-box teacher during their 5th grade year. This story was inspired by my own 4th grade teacher. His name was Mr. Nubling, and he was one of those special teachers that made you feel like what you had to say mattered. He taught us to really think for ourselves, to question, and I included many of his out-of-the-box activities in the book. For example, he had us box up raw eggs and drop them off the side of buildings to see if we could package them in ways that wouldn't make them break. It was a contest. He did some social experiments with us that helped us understand racism and prejudice through an in vivo experiment. And I created a teacher like him who really listens to her students and appreciates them and gives them a voice. For my day job, I'm a mental health professional and I provide counseling in the school system. And while Operation Frog Effect is a fictional story, I am definitely inspired by the voices and wisdom of the students I meet with every day. I meet students who are in tough situations and they not only survive, but they thrive. So they inspire me. Another inspiration for my story is my own son. He has a different learning style, so he has a difficulty with writing. And the school that he attends has really bent over backwards to find him alternative ways to express himself. And I wanted to create a character in my story who has a learning disability and has difficulty putting his words on paper, but can convey his story through art. This story is a great jumping off point for social emotional learning opportunities. Many teachers are choosing it as a classroom read aloud and finding places for classroom discussions, classroom exercises, and activities. Educators are also using this book as a way to teach students about the concept of voice in writing. There are so many points of view. I love writing in multiple points of view because it creates the opportunity to see the same situation through different eyes. And I can use this to create misunderstandings between students that they then have to navigate.
That was so awesome. I know that when I was growing up, I had a teacher, Mr. Saigas, and he had us do an egg drop too. So I really connected with that. I thought that was really awesome. Wow, there are 2 minutes left. And that means that our bicycles are pedaling to their heart's content to the end. This competition is really heating up and it's only the first round. And you know what? We have no idea who's in the lead and who was the bicycle that was red and how that silver bike got pulled up close to the end. It is truly anyone's game because you have no idea. Oh, Peach just jumped right ahead. That was exciting to see. As you can see, we've got some of our teams that are coming back in and we've got 1 minute left to go. And you're going to notice as that countdown clock goes down, it's going to go from green to red and it's going to add some excitement to our day each time we go into a round. I have to tell you that it is exciting to have all of our Battle of the Books teams here. And we have awesome people watching us in our live stream, and they are from all over the place, not just in Florida. So we just are so happy to have everybody here living it up with us on our Battle of the Books in our Tournament of the Books and the Brains. Our students have to read these books in the summertime. They have to learn them. They have to do homework and then go and learn these characters, these themes, everything that's in here. The kids have to learn and know about these books. So this is not just a one-time gig. They are practicing and learning everything that's in here. It's true dedication of the heart. Okay, 1 minute down. Did you see that clock? It just changed. I hope their timekeepers, if they're in those rooms, are keeping a good track of that time. Looks like our kids are all coming back in. If they're coming back in, they're coming faster. 48, 47 seconds. Oh my goodness, look at them go. Oh wow, they're pedaling. Oh boy, here we go. This is getting close. 38, 37 seconds. I can't even contain it. I don't even know. And we don't even know who's winning or what the scores are yet. We have no idea what will happen. This is wild. We are on edge right now. It's anyone's game still. 19 seconds. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, take a deep breath, all of you guys that just came out from the breakout rooms. We've got 9 seconds left. I am so excited. There's Miss Dixon. She's
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Time's up. All right, we have everyone making it back to the main room so we can see how our teams did. How exciting. Miss Z, calling that round had me on the edge of my seat. I was so excited and scared and intrigued. The mystery, the suspense was crazy. So congratulations to all of our teams. We know you tried really hard and that your teams worked together in those breakout rooms to answer all of those battle questions. So I think everyone's back. Welcome back again to the main room. Before we go any further, my very first question is, are there any challenges? If there are challenges, please raise your hand. Team sponsors, if you have any challenges, please raise your hand. Okay. Go ahead and use that reaction key if you have any challenges to this round. Okay. All righty. So there are no challenges. Thank you so much. I do want a reaction from each team though, guys. Go ahead and select a reaction and tell us how your team is feeling after round 1. How are you feeling about the battle so far? Go ahead and, oh, I have sort of a surprise face. They are intrigued also. I have some surprises. Oh, I have some people who are celebrating already. Some people who loved it, loved it, loved it. Absolutely. Awesome sauce. So great job, teams. We are so glad you all are excited and that you're doing your very best and that this is working out for you. Guess what? We have your scores after the first round. Give me a yell and a wave if you're ready to see those scores, teams. Yeah! All right, looks like they're ready. Dr. Lawson, will you put those scores up on the screen? Oh, wow. We have one team with a perfect score after the first round. That is Crookshank Elementary School at 15. Congratulations. That's really hard. Otis Mason Elementary has 13, as well as Piccolata Crossing with 13 points. We have 12 points with Wards Creek Elementary School and Carolinas Elementary. Coming in with 11 points, Southwoods Elementary School. 3 teams at 10 points each, RB Hunt Elementary, Mill Creek Academy, and Hartley Elementary School. And bringing it in next is Osceola Elementary with 7 points. Guys, listen, this is still anyone's game. I'm sure these fabulous scores are the result of hard work and practice. Great sponsors and media specialists, teachers, parents, caretakers, and friends all rooting you on. So thanks so much. Again, thanks for those inspirational words from Mr. Forson and Mr. Canan before our first round. And to ensure our teams are continuously inspired for round 2, let's hear from District 1 School Board Representative Mrs. Bev Slough and our amazing Associate Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction, Mrs. Dawn Sapp.
Hi, I'm Bev Slough. I'm the District 1 representative to the St. Johns County School Board. I want to congratulate each and every one of the team members for Battle of the Books today. Your extremely hard work in reading all these books with such close attention is an amazement to me. Each year when I look at the questions, I'm so surprised that you're able to answer them just from having read those books. I wish you every success today as you compete to become the champions for Battle of the Books.
Hello, students, families, and teachers. It's time to battle. The belly butterflies may have found a few of you, but I'm sure they will settle once we get underway. Congratulations to all of our voracious readers who are representing their school for this year's Battle of the Books. I recall starting my first ever hardcover chapter book. It was Black Beauty, and I was in 3rd grade. It seemed I would be reading forever. I remember struggling with the first few chapters, but once the characters came to life, I flew through the pages. Finishing and closing the book, I was both sad to see it end, but happy to finish. Reading continues to take me on incredible journeys, as I'm sure it does for all of you. Enjoy today. You've already enjoyed the best gift of the stories themselves. This is just the cherry on top.
Wow. Our readers are leaders. Thank you so much for sharing your reading experiences, Mrs. Slough and Mrs. Sapp. I too remember Black Beauty when I taught third grade. It was a great story and our third graders loved it also. Now, on to round 2. Teams, let's see your excitement. Wave and yell if you're ready for round 2. Awesome. Looks like they're all ready to go. So take it away, Dr. Lawson.
Miss Dixon, can I get teams to do that one more time so we can show it on the live stream?
Oh, wow. Let's see. Teams, go ahead and let us hear you and see you.
Okay.
That is fantastic.
We know our parents and friends want to see this competition. We are unable to live stream each of the rooms throughout the competition, which is why you'll see us in the main room while the teams are competing, but we'll be sure to put them on camera every time. As a matter of fact, teams, as you are going into your breakout rooms this time, we want you to think, what was your favorite book this year? Can you agree on it as a team? And tell us why. We'll ask you those questions when we return after round 2. Dr. Lawson, let's get ready to battle.
All right. Thank you, teams, for showing such great enthusiasm. We will now begin round 2. Just like the first round, you will once again go into those breakout rooms and I will begin the competition. We will start the round. You will be asked to enter your name. Remember, your name is your school initials in all capitals, just like the first round. You will have 15 minutes to answer all of the quotes. And I am sending you to those breakout rooms right now.
Our next author happens to love animals and spaceships. So get ready to get some entertainment from teaching books with our next author. But before we get ready for that, we're going to see our round 2 leaderboard. And remember, our bicycles are not the same bicycles that you saw in the first round. So it's a mystery again. The Players Championship has nothing on our district battle of the books. Oh, but that orange bike is certainly pulling up ahead again. So we have no idea who that orange bike is, but that indigo bike is also going. There goes silver. It's just like Daytona, but faster because they're on bicycles. Wowza, look at them all in the lead all at the same time. Oh my goodness gracious. I am so excited. Up. Orange again. Once again, there they go, racing right up ahead. Let's learn about the voyage of the dogs. Well, voyage of the dogs. It's great. I like chickens. He likes dogs. Here we go. We're going to go back to that leaderboard because I can't handle the this excitement. I'm just too excited over here. I just want to check back in because I've got 13 minutes that I can see, and I knew that magenta bike was going to catch up to that orange bike. I don't know why. I don't know who they are. I have no idea. But that orange bicycle, pedal to the metal. Look at it go. It is certainly happening for them. They are answering those questions and they are doing fabulous. And you know what? You have no idea who they are. You can only guess until the end, you'll know. And still they are pulling themselves away. Oh, look at magenta go. Woo! They are hot to trot. There they go. Oh my God, Indigo. Indigo's pushing it right along. They are pedaling. They are, it's an uphill battle, but they are making their way. Look at
Hi,
the
my
red
name is
one.
Greg
Oh,
Vanicap,
here's
and
Voyage
I'm
of the
the writer
Dogs.
of
Here we
Voyage
go.
of the Dogs. Voyage of the Dogs is an action-adventure story. It takes place in space on a spaceship. It features 4 dogs who are a member of a crew to go to an interstellar planet. When the humans on the ship go missing and the spaceship is damaged, they have to figure out how to accomplish their mission without the human astronauts on a ship that is breaking down. I have a dog named Dozer. I didn't have a dog when I was a kid. He's the first dog I ever had, and he sort of changed my life. He's funny, and he is energetic and kind of ridiculous. And I knew at some point I was going to want to write a book that had a dog like Dozer in it. I also like stories about spaceships and action adventure and survival stories. So it sort of seemed like a natural thing to put Dozer in a situation where he was on a spaceship. Dozer became a little bit transformed and became lopsided, and that's where the story really began. What I hope that readers get out of Voyage of the Dogs is I want them to think that it's an exciting story and that there's a lot of peril and danger and struggle to survive. But what I really want them to get is a sense of what these dogs mean to each other, how they view their place in the relationship with other humans, and how those things change over time. I like stories that make the heart thump, but I also like stories that make the brain work a little bit. And I like stories that make you feel emotions. If a reader gets any of those things out of the book, I'll be delighted. If they get more of those things or all of those things, then I will be thrilled beyond belief. Speaking of dogs, this is Bessie. Bessie is a rescue dog. She is a very sweet pup. I've got a couple of rescue dogs myself, Dozer and Amelia. Rescue dogs are great because they need homes, and once you take them in, they're really, really happy about it. And they tend to be really, really great pets. If I could, I would rescue about 4,000 dogs and live on a dog ranch and have a dog staff to take care of them, and that would be my life. First of all, rescue dogs tend to be really great pets, and there is a need. There are millions of dogs in shelters and pounds that don't have homes, that are just waiting for somebody to take them home. If you take a dog home and give it something that it desperately needs, I think it makes you feel more connected and responsible for the dog. It's just a really great way to build a relationship with a pet. Isn't that right, Bessie?
That was great. SSRYA books are great for our kids because they are encouraging them to read and become independent readers. These books are picked by kids. They get to vote on them at the end of the school year. And it's awesome because each of these books is different in what they have and their themes. And as you'll notice from this year's list, there's a variety of books on the list. We have so many different books for so many different kids' interests. Let's check that leaderboard to see where our kids are right now. Speaking of kiddos, goodness gracious, that Indigo bicycle is pedaling away. Who would have thunk it? We thought that orange bike was going to be in the lead, but you never know. As we see, look at that orange bike. It's still there, but the red bike is catching up to it along with magenta and blue. Silver is catching up too. Indigo is really just pedaling and trucking right along. They are really doing great. This is awesome. It is very exciting to see how well they've been doing and how hard they've been working this entire time. So this is so exciting. I think we have some other authors that we can look into, but I also know that we have a ton of people watching us on our live stream. And I don't know where they're all from, but I know that we have some people from around the world. Amanda, do we have anybody from interesting places around the world?
Amelia, we do. This is crazy. So the last battle, we had someone from India, Canada, and Australia. This battle is equally as exciting. We have family and friends from Spain, Malaysia, Nepal, our nation's capital, North Georgia, Tampa, Maryland, and right here on Anastasia Island. So guys, if you're from somewhere watching, even from the comfort of your own home, let us know who you're rooting for, what team you're rooting for, and where you're from in the live stream chat. It is so exciting. Our kids get to see this, and they love seeing where everybody's from. And we had over 100 people watching this competition, which, Amelia, is so exciting because we can't fit 100 people in the auditorium. So one of the advantages of going virtually.
Yeah, so it's really great because, oftentimes parents can't necessarily get off work, but they can go watch it on a live stream. So this is a great opportunity for everybody to have an opportunity to be a part of this competition. And as we said, this is a competition of the brains. So let's look at some of our books that we have this year. We have Planet Earth is Blue, which is a great novel. It's got some interesting pieces about space travel and kids and has a little bit of historical fiction in it. Inkling is a graphic novel that we have on our list. It was also on a middle school list as well this year, so that's really cool. We have Caterpillar Summer, which is a beautiful book about two children going to live with their grandparents. The Unicorn in the Barn, which is so cool because it's got a unicorn in it. Operation Frog Effect, we actually already got to meet that author, so that was cool. Bernice Buttman, I already told you I like that last name. Model Citizen, super fun. Dragons in a Bag, another great title. How I Became a Spy, a mystery of World War II London, another historical fiction title that we have. And the next part of our list has Claude, the evil alien warlord cat. Has a little bit of graphic novels. Attack of the Not So Virtual Monster is part of the Game Squad series. So that's a great title. It's also a series, so kids can read another book from the series if they really get into it. Powered Forward is a cool book about sports. Beatrice Zinker, the Upside Down Thinker, super cool title. Voyage of the Dogs, we just met that author. Olga and the Smelly Things from Nowhere. And then we have Strongheart, Wonder of the Dogs and the Silver Screen. That is a little bit of a cool book because it's got a story about a dog who's, a pet star. We have a lot of books that have animals in them. So there's a little bit of a common theme here, but it's super cool to see all these books that we have. So another thing that's cool about teaching books is they have some awesome book trailers that are on their list. It's got a wide variety of items that are there for our kids to look at and be a part of. So it is such a great resource for your kids. So I highly encourage you, if you're watching a live stream, to check it out and ask your media specialist, hey, how can I get my kids into teachingbooks.net? Because it's really a great resource for your kids to get involved, to see new books. And they have the SSRYA list on there, new ones and old ones. Oh, there's that leaderboard. We've got 4 minutes left. Excuse me. I mean, I'm not as fast as that clock. Look at that. Indigo is pulling it up. Those other bikes, they might be behind. They are pedaling their little hearts out, answering those questions as hard as they can. They are doing some work. And as I said before, you never know who they are, what team they are, and how they are getting that job done. They are doing the work they need to be doing. I'm so proud of these teams. They are working so hard. And I know everybody that's watching is so proud of their workers, their little kids that are on home and in school working so hard. So here we go. Let's watch this quick little interview with the author of Power Forward. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to watch this leaderboard. There's 3 minutes left in this battle. It is just so cool. I had to go back. You know, we were going to watch Power Forward. We're probably going to pull that up, but I just wanted to see that. I was checking it with the live stream. It's like we've got people from all over the United States here right now. It is super cool to me because we could never have had this happen at a real battle, like a face-to-face battle of the books. So that really takes us places, like literally places to like Wisconsin. Oh, I'm sorry. I talked too much. Chatty Cathy over here in the corner. Here is our next
series that's coming out that I'm very excited about is called Zaid Salim Chasing the Dream. It's also being put out by Salam Reads, which is the publisher of Ominous Voice. And the first book will be releasing in May, on May 8th. It's called Power Forward. And that's a book about, well, the whole series is about a little boy named Zaid Salim, who's a 10-year-old fourth grader who's a third generation Pakistani American. So his grandparents are the ones who immigrated, so he's much like my children. And the stories are largely inspired by my husband and my kids and their passion for basketball and all things related. So this little boy has big basketball dreams, but he's a bit on the small side and has different obstacles he has to overcome to try to reach his dreams. So it was a lot of fun to write. A lot of the characters are inspired by people in my life, and it was just lighthearted, fun, and sort of silly at times, and just a good time.
And you have a lot of readers, advanced readers at home. Who
Exactly. They were so helpful, especially when, I would go to my son's basketball practice or his game, and I'd witness something, I'd come back and be like, okay, help me break this down, and what's a good drill that your coach would have you run, or if you're not breaking the press, what might he do, and things like that. So it was great to have fact checkers, and many of them, to make sure I got it right.
That was awesome. So we're back at the leaderboard with 1 minute and under 30 seconds. And this is, as I said, fascinating to watch them as they move through this. We've noticed that our Indigo Bike has pretty much held that lead this entire time. So I'm really curious to know what team that is. And we're noticing that our teams are starting to come back in from the breakout room. So if they're coming back in, that's good news. That means this round is coming to a close, because we are really getting close to the, oh my gosh, that clock just turned from green to red. So this is wrapping up fast. I'm really hoping, keeping my fingers crossed for those teams. Come on, guys, you got this. Yes, I know you do. Work hard. Think about those books you read so well. Yes, I know you can do it. I'm so proud of all these teams. 40 seconds. Oh, 38. Here we go. This is exciting. All you guys that are back in from that breakout room, I hope that you had a great time in that last round, because you can only live in the moment with this. It's exciting. It's an opportunity of a lifetime to be a part of this. This is a great, great thing. This is wonderful. 15 seconds left in this round. Oh boy, now we're down to 10 seconds. 9. 5 seconds left. Wowza. Oh boy, bazinga, we're done. Here they all come from the rooms.
Yes, Ms. D, time's up, and we're waiting on all of our teams to return to the main room. Dr. Lawson, can we tell if all of our teams have made it back to the main room yet? Looks
Yes,
like
ma'am.
everyone's
All of our
back,
teams are
so let's have a cheer for round 2. Let's see you. Show us some excitement. Fantastic. But before we go on and celebrate your success in round 2, we do want to know, are there any challenges for round 2? If there are challenges, sponsors, please raise your hand on your screen. If there are any challenges from round 2, sponsors, please raise your hand on your screen. I have some hands up in the room. Ms. McCutcheon, does that mean that we have a challenge?
We do have a challenge. We just like to check. So it was.
Right. So, Miss, I'm not sure if you are speaking. I know that you're unmuted, but I can't hear you. Does anyone else hear Miss McCutcheon?
Excuse me.
I cannot. I am not muted, but I cannot hear her.
Okay,
And so, can you guys take over that challenge, Miss McCutcheon? We are going to, if you will tell us the number of the challenge, please.
What is it? 10. 2. Oh, right. I'm sorry.
10.
Number 10. Yes.
Okay, there we are. Now I can hear you. So quote 10. So number 10 is our challenge today. Number 10. Surprisingly, that was a challenge in our last competition. So we know exactly where that is. We are going to, Mrs. Zakowski is actually going to pull up the quote and the book, and she will show you the book as she reads the quote from that book. She will also let you know what page that is found on.
On Olga is the book that the quote is from for number 10. It's on page 116. And the quote reads, I didn't sleep at all, period. I got up at 5 in the morning. Olga. The quote was, I didn't sleep at all, period. I got up at 5 in the morning, period. Olga, page 116.
So that one was correct. If there are any other challenges, please raise your hand as a reaction on your screen. Okay. Oh no. Fantastic. It looks like there are no more challenges. And so it's time, yes, it's time to reveal the scores for round 2. Dr. Lawson?
Okay, these scores are the score for round 2 only. So what you're going to see on your screen is the score for round 2.
All righty, so these are not cumulative. They are just the scores for this round. So at 5 points, we have Southwoods Elementary School. At 8 points, R.B. Hunt Elementary. All coming in at 9 points each. Carolinas Elementary, Mill Creek Academy, Piccolata Crossing Elementary School, all at 9 points. And then we have, with 11 points, Wards Creek Elementary School. With 12 points, Hartley Elementary School. And coming in at the top of the leaderboard with 14 points, Crookshank Elementary School. How exciting! How exciting. So those are our scores from round 2. Do we have a cumulative score? So let's see where our teams are after round 1 and round 2. We'll add those scores together and the leaderboard looks like this. All righty, after 2 rounds, coming in at 29 points, Crookshank Elementary School. Congratulations, those guys are really knocking it out of the park. They have an almost perfect score, only 1 question wrong. Otis Mason and Wards Creek both have 23. Hartley and Piccolata Crossing both have 22. Carolinas has 21. Mill Creek Academy has 19. R.B. Hunt has 18. Southwoods Elementary has 16. And Osceola Elementary School has 14 points. So this is still anyone's game. And we have 1 round to go to determine who our champion for Battle of the Books will be for 2021. So I'm going to turn it back over to Dr. Lawson and Ms. Zakowski for round 3 of this year's Battle of the Books.
Okay, teams, we are ready to start Round 3. Again, you're going to go into those breakout rooms and we will begin the third round of competition. Remember, when we start the round, you will be asked to enter your name. Your name will be your school initials in all capitals, just like you have done for the past 2 rounds. You will have 15 minutes to give an answer for all quotes, and I am going to send you to those breakout rooms now. Okay, somebody fill in while I launch the quiz. Can you look and make sure everybody's in the breakout rooms?
Hi, everybody. So welcome back. So we're super excited. We're going to start getting these guys back in the breakout room for round 3. It looks like we're trying to figure out who those bicycles were, and we're seeing that we're kind of figuring out that puzzle piece. We saw that Crookshank Elementary School was really, really doing an awesome job, but it's still anyone's game at this point. And as you can see that, when we get to that leaderboard, you never know, but it's pretty much still, as we said, anybody's game. So what we're going to do is we'll make sure that when we go back to that leaderboard, we can get that, get that mystery solved as we play the next leaderboard for round 3. Here they get ready to go. We've got that countdown timer going, and there's the blue bicycle. It's now going and pedaling its little heart out, and it's going away from the pack, starting it out strong. Oh, in to go. Back at it again. Pedal, pedal. Here it goes. Round 3 is going to be the finish line, or we could go into a tiebreaker. We never know. You never know with Battle of the Books. Every year can be different. Just when you think it's done, it might not be. We might have to go to a tiebreaker round. One of the things that we're going to look at in a moment is some of the awesome trailers that we have, book trailers that are on teaching books. We keep talking about this cool resource that we have that you're going to go and, look at. And these book trailers, some of them are created by students, and they're pretty great. So the book that we're going to look at is called Caterpillar Summer. Enjoy.
Ever since our dad died, Mom has to work extra hard to support us. My little brother isn't like other kids. He can't stand itchy tags or loud noises, and sometimes he runs away. But no matter what, I love him as wide as the Golden Gate Bridge, as deep as the ocean floor, and as fierce as a shark bite. We're spending this summer in North Carolina, with grandparents we've never met, grandparents we've never even heard of. Why is Mom keeping secrets? How could she leave this beautiful place behind? What happened between her and Grandpa? He's grumpy, but he's not that bad, is he? I have an ocean of questions. I hope the island will answer. Caterpillar Summer by Jillian McDunn from Bloomsbury Children's Books. A girl, her brother, and the summer they'll never forget.
The authors that are on the SSRYA list are award winners not only in Florida, but in other states. And the author from Caterpillar Summer, Jillian McDonough, is an award winner for the Texas Bluebonnet. You also saw that another one of our authors was as well. So here's a great interview with her that was sent in from some of the kids that have given her questions that she can answer. I hope you enjoy this. I guess we're going back to that leaderboard to check out 11 minutes that we have on the clock and see. Now, we thought that indigo bicycle was going to keep moving, and look at it. It's not. The orange bicycle is actually pulling up, and then Lime just took the lead. Just, oh my goodness, actually, never mind. It, just pedaled and got a question. But we see the blue and the orange are just taking the lead on it. I think we're going to check back in a moment with that, but we're going to also take a look still at the Caterpillar Summer author interview right here. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Jillian McDunn, and I'm here today to talk to you about my book, Caterpillar Summer. I'm so excited about the questions that you sent along, so let's get started. The first question is, why did Cat have trouble making friends? And I feel like there's two parts to this answer. The first part is that her very best friend, Rishi, had moved away the year before. And so if you've ever been in that situation where you've had a friend leave, it can be really hard to feel like you're starting over and becoming friends with somebody new. The other part that was hard is that Cat has a lot of responsibility. She takes care of her brother, Chicken, almost every single day after school, so her schedule doesn't always match up with friends. The second question is, who is my favorite character? This is a really, really hard question for me to answer. And I guess one little thing that I would say about that is that when you write a book, sometimes it's good to find a way to make all of your characters your favorite, because that way they feel more real if you love them. So I guess Cat and Chicken are probably my very, very favorite, but I really love them all. I even like one character in the book that a lot of people don't like a lot, John Harvey. The next question is, what was the hardest part of writing Caterpillar Summer? Honestly, the hardest part of writing this book was not giving up, even when I wasn't sure I could do it. I had never written a whole book before, and I just wasn't sure that I could. I knew the words I put on the page weren't perfect, but I felt like I needed to just keep going with this story. And what I learned is that when I go back and revise, that's the chance to make things polished. The first few drafts are all about getting your ideas on the page. So when I wrote this book, I worked harder than I ever have on anything in my life. So that was the hardest part. The next question is, do you fish, and have you ever entered a fishing contest? I've never entered a fishing contest, but I do like to fish. I always do catch and release. I've never eaten anything that I've caught. And my favorite part really is just sitting and looking out at the water with a friend or with my kids and hearing what people have to say when they're just being quiet and thoughtful. And I think it is really fun when a fish pulls on your line, so I like that part too. The last question is, what advice would you give to our young authors and illustrators as they learn to improve their skills? So I've already told you not to worry about first drafts being perfect, right? That's not what you should expect. So that's one big piece of advice I've already shared. I think the other part that I would share is all you need to do is keep trying every single day. And that's how you make something strong, is doing it a lot. So I would recommend to do as much writing and illustrating as you can. And if you like to write, do as much reading as you can too, because you learn different things as a reader, and that's going to help your writing too. Thanks a lot for talking to me today. Bye.
I think that's very inspirational. Connecting reading and writing, that's awesome. We've got 7 minutes left, and some of our battlers are coming back from their round. It looks like our bicycles that are still in the breakout rooms are still working really hard, though. We're so super proud of them, and we're so proud of you guys that are coming back from the breakout rooms. You really are true Battle of the Books champions, no matter who wins at the end of the day. This has been awesome having you guys here today. So as you can see, our magenta, orange, and red bikes look like they are just doing awesome, but that doesn't mean anything. As I've said before, it's any man's game or woman's game. This is just a great opportunity for everybody, and we are so happy. And we can see that, we are almost down to the wire right now. We've got 6 minutes left to go. we have some time to meet a cool author, if we can cue it up. And we're going to see from an author from Planet Earth is Blue, which is super cool because it's got some non-historical fiction mixed in with it. So here we go. Let's take a moment to hear from this author. This is so great. This is so great. That's okay. We can come back to that. That's not a big deal. So what we can do right now is we'll just take this leaderboard down and we'll take a moment to see what's happening with our teams. Actually, I think we're going to try and let this go through. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Nicole Pantelikas, and I'm the author of Planet Earth is Blue. I'm going to tell you about how I came to create this book, and then I'll share an excerpt with you. Before I started working on Planet Earth is Blue, I knew I wanted to write a story about an autistic girl, the Challenger disaster, and sisters, but I wasn't sure of anything more specific until one afternoon when I was listening to the song Space Oddity by David Bowie. It's about an astronaut who is excited for his trip into space, but gets jettisoned out and is unable to connect with ground control. One of the lines is, "Planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing I can do." From that, I started to think about all the times in my childhood when things would go wrong and there was nothing I could do to fix them, and how frustrating that was. And I decided I wanted to focus on a girl who had lost everything and was starting over, with nothing to keep her going at first but hope. I knew Nova's big sister Bridget would be missing, like Major Tom in the song, but Nova would be the one feeling lost out in space, unable to reach ground control. I wanted to write a book for kids about what happens when everything goes wrong, as it did with the Challenger launch, and specifically how we put ourselves back together and press on in the aftermath. Doing research for Planet Earth is Blue was fun and interesting. I found textbooks from the early 80s from which I gathered the space info that Nova would have studied, and I was surprised by how much we know now that we didn't know then, from Pluto's planet classification to the number of Neptune's moons to the particulars of space travel. I couldn't rely solely on my memories of the 80s or anyone else's, but I did interview people who had been kids watching the Challenger launch in their classrooms, and one of my early readers was a woman whose third grade class was there in person to watch the launch. Their information was invaluable. And now I'll read an excerpt to you. This is from the end of chapter.
That's really cool to hear from how she got her inspiration from writing the book from the Challenger, and how we can see how authors get their inspiration for every one of these books that are on the Sunshine State Young Readers list. We have 3 minutes and 24 seconds left to go, and we can still see that we have some kids and our teams that are still in the rooms, and we still see our bicycles are still moving close to that end, and it looks exciting. I know all of our teams are having a great time back at their schools, and we love seeing you guys. Oh yeah, how you guys doing? You look great. It's so exciting to have everybody with us from all over the United States and the world. That's even cooler. We've got 2 minutes left to go. Hey guys. Oh wow, look at everybody go over at Mill Creek Academy. They're having a blast. We've got like 2 minutes left in this battle, I think, and then we're gonna start. We've got a party popper going. Give us a symbol about how you feel that round went. Go ahead, let it symbol it out. Reaction, none. Party poppers. Oh, loving it. Lots of party poppers. They are loving this last round. This is great.
They are loving this last round, Misty. It looks like our confidence is built in all of our teams. Everyone looks super, super excited. I see some teams celebrating already. They are checking out their scores. I'm sure they are confident in knowing their answers, and they are ready to know if they will be crowned champions for this year's district Battle of the Books. Remember, our returning champions are excited. Otis Mason Elementary School is hopeful that they can repeat their victory. We know that is rare. However, I know they're going for it. But I also know that many of our teams brought their A game today, and they are expecting to come out winners also. We won't know until all of our teams are back and our time is up. Dr. Lawson, can you take us to that bicycle screen? Let's see how much more time is left and where our bicycles are at this very moment.
We are in the red now.
Oh, wow.
Which means less than 1 minute.
Less than 1 minute remaining. We're on the countdown. Those bicycles are neck and neck. They are moving across the screen. And like Ms. Sokowski said, it's anyone's game. We have no idea who those bicycles belong to. And they are probably different from the ones that the colors are different from the ones in the first round and the second round. So we really can't know. I wonder if you figured out a pattern here.
No.
And no, I know I haven't. I think it's probably
I wish I
impossible.
could. I thought I had it figured out, and you know what? Gosh darn it, I just don't. And I just, when I think I do, I don't. It's a mystery. I think everyone's back though, which is super exciting because that means it's time for us to see who won the third round.
All righty. Well, but before we can reveal those scores, the first thing that we need to do.
Oh, wait, before we do that, we've got to reveal our challenges.
We've got to reveal our challenges before we do that, Miss
Dr. Lawson.
Dr. Lawson? No worries, no worries. We know you saw that sneak peek and that's okay, but those scores could change based on right now. Are there any challenges from round 3? If so, please give us a reaction of a raised hand on your screen. If you have any challenges from round 3, any of those quotes that you think were not correctly represented by the book that was the answer, go ahead and raise your hand as a reaction and we will call on your team. Okay. Looks like there are no challenges for this round, so our scores will stand. But before we go to those scores and show them to you, the last of the scores, go ahead and give us a reaction to tell us how you felt about round 3 teams. Sponsors, will you please put a reaction on the screen and let us know how you felt? With no challenges, I'm feeling like people felt pretty good. I have lots of party poppers. Lots of party poppers. So folks are just so excited. Whoa, this must have been the most exciting round. It's the best reactions we've had all of the competition. So congratulations, teams. Let's see you wave if you had a great time competing today. Woo! Wow, that's exciting. Looks like all of our teams had a great time competing in this year's competition. We're so excited for each of you. Now I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Lawson again to show us those scores for round 3 on our screen. Remember, this is not the final score. We have to total those scores up. That's happening in the background. Ms. B and Dr. Lawson are busy calculating the final scores. But for round 3, we do have several perfect scores. Crookshank, Catalinas, and Piccolata Crossing all came in with 15. That means they answered every question correctly. Congratulations. All of our teams brought their A game. We had no one that was under 13 correct. At 14, Hartley Elementary School, Osceola Elementary School, R.B. Hunt Elementary, and Wards Creek Elementary School. All so exciting. And then with 13 points, we have Otis Mason Elementary and Southwoods Elementary School. So this is a nail biter, guys. These scores really, really put everything up in the air. We can't really know until the final who actually won. And so It looks like the scores are being handed to me as we speak. Before we reveal our winner today, I'd like to say we are so grateful and proud of all of our teams,
I didn't get the one.
all of our students for competing, for reading, all of our sponsors for their hard work and supporting our students, our student leaders for sure, because readers are leaders. We want to thank all of our parents, family, friends, and community members for joining us live in our live stream, for the encouraging words, and all of the things that you're doing out there to make this a very special day for all of our Battle of the Books teams. Again, congratulations. You all won today. We are so, so proud of you. And now I am going to reveal this year's 2021 winner for the Battle of the Books with an almost perfect score of 44 points. The winner is, can we get a drum roll, guys? Let's see a drum roll out there.
This is exciting. Everybody get ready. And sit on the edge of your seat. Get ready for it. Are you ready?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
It's your PowerPoint.
Oh my gosh, it didn't come up yet, but don't worry. We're still going to drum roll.
And it
keep going.
New winners this year. We've crowned a new champion. It is Crookshank Elementary School. Woo, Miss Barnett and the Crookshank Cougars brought it home this year. Let's hear it for Crookshank. Fantastic, fantastic. Congratulations, teams. We are so proud of each of you. I know that our teams also like to know their final scores, and I'm telling you, everyone was right there. Everybody was in it to win it. And so we will display your final scores, but while we're pulling that up, I'm going to let you know our Osceola Elementary School had 28 points. Imagine that. That's fantastic. That's more than 9 questions right per round. Southwoods Elementary brought it in with 29 points. RB Hunt had 32. Mill Creek Academy had 34. And these 3 teams had 36 points. Carolinas Elementary School, Hartley Elementary School, and Otis Mason, our champions from last year, had 36 points. Piccolata Crossing Elementary and Wards Creek both had 37 points. And again, an almost perfect score for this year's winners. Crookshank Elementary School Cougars had it with 44 points. Congratulations, teams. We are so, so proud of each of you. So proud of each of you. Thank you. We would love, love, love to hear from each of our teams. Remember, we want to ask you, what was your favorite book this year and why? And so I'm going to start to the left, on the left side of my screen. And I'd love to know, Miss McCutcheon, what was your team's favorite book and why? Looks like they ran to grab it. You'll have to unmute and let us know. So you'll get to see our teams. They'll be featured right in the center of your screen if you're live streaming from home.
Can you guys hear us yet?
Yes, we can.
Okay, yay. So our pick was Planet Earth is Blue. And we just thought it was a fabulous book. It was a really touching story, and we all kind of reacted the same way to it. It was awesome.
I thank you so much. That has been a very popular favorite title. What about you, Miss Allen? What was your team's favorite book at Mason?
Well, we're actually still arguing about it. So I think we are Planet Earth is Blue and Unicorn in the Barn.
Oh, you guys had a double winner.
Yes.
Absolutely. Both magical stories, right? One
Yes.
a little happier, one a little maybe more emotional, but loved all the same.
Yes.
If you had to choose just one of those, because you only had a choice for one, what would that be?
Bernice Buttonham, because that's my pick.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the battle today.
Congrats, Crookshank. Nice job, guys. We'll send the trophy over to you.
Miss Nehemiah, what about your team? What was your favorite story this year?
Tachi's gonna tell us. Ours was how I became a spy.
How I became a spy. Wow.
Why? Because we really liked how you could solve all of the codes and how they led to and it was a mystery book. So our team liked that, and we also liked that it was that you saw like a different point of view from like what it's like right now.
Fantastic. How exciting. I remember when I was your age, my favorite book was sort of a mystery book also. It's called Encyclopedia Brown, and he was a he was a kid detective. So if you want to go retro and go way back, you might like Encyclopedia Brown if you liked How I Became a Spy. Congratulations, team. Miss Sloat, what about your group? What do they love at Hartley?
What we finally came up with.
Our favorite was England.
I'm sorry, can you speak a little louder? Looks like we're having some sound issues. We're going to come back to you guys, so if you'll work on that volume, we'll be right back. What about you, Miss Kelly? What do your guys love?
Go, Darcy. All right, our pick was Operation Frog Effect. It was a good book full of adventures and frogs.
So Adventures in Frogs did it for you. We completely understand. That is fantastic. Congratulations, team. Miss Yelvington.
First of all, congratulations, everybody. You guys are amazing. It was hard to choose. There were some really good selections this year, but our kiddos chose Planet Earth is Blue because it was heartwarming and exciting.
Oh, that is a very special book. Everyone's loving that book. It's definitely on my list of books to read. Miss Himman, what about those guys at Wards Creek Elementary School?
Adeline's going to share our favorite with you. Adeline? Our favorite was Dragons in a Bag because it had a lot of adventure and it was really exciting and magical.
So Adventure and Magic wins out this year. I love that book. I was a little afraid when I saw the title, though, because I thought a dragon in a bag would cause a really big fire. But, you know, that wasn't really what it was about, right? So fantastic. What about you, Miss Bergman? What was your favorite? Your team's favorite?
Okay, go ahead.
My favorite was Planet Earth is Blue and Strong Heart.
Oh, so we had another tie. But again, Planet Earth is Blue is coming up. It's rising to the top so many times. Is there a reason why you chose those books?
Yes, because it has like relationship between two sisters and then like foster families.
Awesome. So you could relate. So maybe sometimes if we can empathize with the characters or see ourselves in those books, it makes a huge difference for what we love. So congratulations. Miss Blanco, how are things at Osceola? What'd you guys like?
All right, here we go. We like Planet Earth is Blue. Tell them why. We liked it because it was a heartfelt story and it shows you how you should be grateful for what you have. And
Oh, wow. Oh, that just gave me chills. We really should be grateful for what we have. That's fantastic. Back to you, Miss Sloat. Let's see if those volume issues are fixed because we absolutely want to hear what your favorite story was.
Okay, we were really torn between two and they're still discussing it, but here's our favorite.
Our favorite was Inkling. Our favorite was Inkling and How I Became a Spy.
Wow. So I've heard things about Inkling, and that's the first time it's come up for this battle. Can you tell us why you love that book?
Because it was funny and really creative.
Funny and creative. I've heard that it was magical also. Do you agree?
Yes.
Absolutely. I believe that's all of our teams and all of our favorite books, guys. Let's hear everybody unmute. Let's hear one last cheer. Oh, I'm sorry. The winners weren't able to give us their book. Don't unmute. Miss Barnett, I tried to save you for last. Let us hear what book Crookshank Elementary School enjoyed the most.
All right, our favorite book was Strong Heart because it's an inspiring story. It's a true story and it really covers all 6 categories.
Oh, wow. So you guys love the diversity in that book and the fact that it went in so many directions and gave us so many feels. Oh, That's fantastic. And it looks like everyone on your team really, really enjoyed that book. Can we unmute, guys, and give a great big congratulations to Miss Barnett's team at Crookshank Elementary School? The Cougars did it this year. They brought home the title. Woo! Congratulations. And now let's give one last cheer for everyone who competed, because you're all winners. Let's hear it for everybody. Again, we want to say thank you. And before we go, we have one last movie to show you. Guess what, guys? We are going to reveal when next year's titles are coming out. Dr. Lawson?
She's going to reveal the date that they're coming. I just saw that.
April 30th, 2021, that new list of SSYRA books is coming out, so be sure to check for that list as soon as you can and get to reading, guys. The other thing we want to remind you of is that teachingbooks.net is available to all of our family, friends, students, and teachers. If you need the login, information, username, and password, just check with your school's media specialist. They can give it to you. You can see more of those book trailers, lots of fun activities, and even connections to other books and talks with authors. Everyone has access for our entire district. Thanks so much. And until next year, goodbye. We'll see you then. Congratulations, teams.